So, did you know that Kenya could be at the global stage at the Oscars this year? Yeah. Kenya's official submission to the Oscars is a powerful film by the name Nawi. But here's the real question. Does Nawi really stand a chance at the Oscars? And what would that nomination mean for Kenya? Let's dive in. Now, Nawi tells the story of a young girl from rural Turkana County, and she dreams of pursuing her education, but her father is forcing her into an early marriage. And yes, you guessed it, he's selling her for love. It's a heartbreaking yet inspiring story that sheds light on the issues that many girls face today in Kenya. But today we are not here to talk about the plot. We're here to talk about the bigger picture, which is the Oscars and what the nomination would mean for Kenya. Nawi is competing in the foreign film category, which awards the best film outside of the US. This means that Kenya is not just competing against other African countries, it's competing against powerhouses countries like Japan, Spain, England, countries that have had decades of experience and big budgets. The competition is tough. Statistically, if you do the math, the chances of Nawi winning is 1.18%. But here's the thing. Even a nomination would be groundbreaking for Kenya. If Nawi gets nominated, it would cement Kenya as a creative powerhouse in Africa, which we already are. But that's not all. This is where it gets exciting. A nomination would attract investors that are willing to spend hundreds of millions of dollars in our film industry. Just imagine, a well-budgeted film in Kenya employs somewhere around 500 to 1,000 people. If an investor comes in who's willing to spend hundreds of millions of dollars, that number is about to double or even triple. It would be a game changer for the entire creative industry. Now, let's talk about something important. While I still have an issue with how African narratives are told when you have American or European producers, I still believe collaboration is the best way forward. This is even an issue that the producer to Nawi, Toby Schmutzler, points out in an interview.
Struggled very hard to find a story because there's a lot of stories there, but for us as Muzungus, as Europeans, we don't have the skills to tell it authentically or to find an authentic story. So what we did is we did a writing competition in Kenya throughout the nation and asked people to come up with stories about pastoralist communities, anything. And then we had a very talented writer, her name is Milka Cheretich, and she came up with the story of Nawi.
For now, collaborations like this can help us break barriers while we still grow our own industry. The official Oscar nomination will be announced on March 3rd, 2025. So, do you think Nawi will be on that list? Tell me what you think in the comments. Also, if you haven't watched the trailer or the film, I've linked it in the description below. If you haven't watched it, bana, enda we watch. It's a beautiful Kenyan film. So, just a quick update. I know I said the list was going to come out in March. My mistake. I got the date mixed up. Actually, what is happening in March is the actual Oscar ceremony. The nomination list came out last week. Your guess was also as good as mine. Kenya didn't make the cut. Though, there is an African film called The Home that made the cut. I haven't watched it, but I'm definitely going to watch that. But what I want to talk about is why has Kenya never secured an Oscar nomination? And what are some of these challenges that we face that have led us down that path? Because I want to take Kenya to the Oscars eventually. I know there are many challenges that we face as an industry, but I want you guys to tell me, what do you think are some of the challenges that we face that you think has made us never secure an Oscar nomination list? That's what I want to talk about in the next video.